Solid Steel Wrestling presents Clickbait Wrestling. What is going on, peoples? This be your educated, thick boy, Mr. Smith here, as always, joined by my North American tag team partner,
The
Madison
un- the un-
Thompson.
the uneducated thick boy.
Nah, he's well versatile because he is my tag team partner, so he's got to have those street smarts,
Yeah.
if you know what I'm saying. But we got a great show tonight. Actually, let me take these off because this is glaring all up in the. We got a
Oh,
great show for you
thank God.
guys.
I'm so happy you took those off.
Couldn't tell it was me. It's good disguise, huh?
It didn't look right to me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like change.
Although these glasses, kind of a hint of what we'll be talking about tonight in tonight's show. So let that sink in your brain a little bit. But yeah, we got a great show. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, of course, NXT Takeover 31, and Victory Road. Did you watch Victory Road? Because I forgot it was even going down.
You know what? I did too. I didn't watch it.
But did you get highlights? Because I don't.
I got the highlights. Yeah.
Okay, but I think because I know what Eric Young retained, right?
Eric Young retained.
That's good.
Yeah. So Brian Myers beat Tommy Dreamer. I think pretty much all the champion. Well, the only other title on the line was the Knockouts title, I guess.
Okay.
Heath and Rhino beat Reno Scum.
Okay.
And after the match, Scott D'Amore said he should come to Impact on Tuesday so they could talk.
Since Gojira brought it up in the chat, let's just jump into it. We'll get to NXT in a minute. Ali being the front man for Retribution, which
I love it.
It's fine. I have no qualms with that. I could ride with that all day. Whatever, it gives Ali something to do. Here's where I have umbrage with this Retribution thing is, oh yeah, they definitely have audio issues.
Oh my God. They've literally been talking. They've literally been commentating the entire match, and no audio has gotten through.
Impact.
Come on, Impact.
Get together.
Get it together, man.
How long y'all? This is why I'm always sitting there like surprised that they're still in business.
Oh my God. The funniest thing is
all these years.
The funniest thing is like it's like nobody even communicated to them that, listen, you guys don't bother talking anymore because no audio's coming through. Like they just letting them sit there and commentate like dumbasses.
No, here's the real question. This is all pre-tape.
Oh my God.
Isn't it? This is all pre-tape, bro.
Yeah.
And you still no one saw this when they put this up?
I'm sorry, Impact. Come on.
How have they lived this long? I know
you gotta you gotta
we'll get to Ali, but we're sitting here watching Impact and they literally have no audio. They have audio. Commentary has no audio. And it's not like they don't know it because we're watching them and they're talking, but no words are coming out their mouth. Everything else has audio except for Josh Matthews and Madison Rayne, their fucking commentary team. Because now here's a segment with Moose, and I hear noise.
Come on, Impact. You get it together, man.
Get your shit together, bro.
This is why nobody takes you seriously.
Like it's Bush League. It's literally Bush League. Like, how long have you been doing this?
Yeah.
This is why they have 2 world champions. See, this is what happens when you have 2 world champions.
Like Moose is looking for his title in a fucking garbage can. No, Moose. That's where your new world championship should go.
Bro. Okay, let's get back to just Ali. Here's where I have a problem with Ali. Well, not really Ali. They booked it to make the Hurt Business the baby faces again, and they started off the show as the heel. They keep flopping the Hurt Business as the beginning of the show. They're heels. By the end of the show, they're the baby faces, and you legitimize them more to be the baby face because you had to make Ali the heel by turning on them and being the leader. Unless you're trying to tell me that Retribution is the baby face in all this, then I'm just like, then I don't know what to tell you. But if I'm to be a rational adult of a certain age who's watched enough wrestling, that I would assume that the outside faction are the heels in this scenario, making anybody who opposes them ipso facto babyface. But how do you keep doing that when the group you're also using as your top faction heel at the same time? At the same time. It's not like they went from heel fat. It ain't like how the New Day was started off as baby faces, got put to the heel form, and then organically became baby faces. You just like, here, 8 o'clock hour, baby face. 9 o'clock hour, heels.
Yeah,
10 o'clock hour, baby face.
Yeah, I Gojira brought up a good point. Like he mentioned how they're basically their baby faces, like they don't really do. Oh my God, Marissa Santos has no audio.
No.
Bro, she's just talking and there's no audio.
Yo, somebody tell her in the chat, bro.
Oh my God. Oh my God, what is even happening?
Here's the real problem. Remember, this is just their Twitch stream, but the TV show airs on Access TV. So people watching Access TV got no audio too.
It's like Impact is like breaking down right before my eyes.
Bro, someone tell her in the chat she ain't got no audio, bro.
Yeah.
For real, do I gotta jump in the chat and tell her she ain't got no audio?
I don't know. I don't know what anybody is saying.
Yeah, they are telling them in the chat. God. Everybody in the chat's like, audio, please. Audio, I can't hear you.
She's still just talking. She's still just talking. Like, she's just talking.
She better read the chat. The chat's like, yo, nobody can hear you. They're like that. Nobody.
Oh my God.
Mira, mami, ahora, yo no sé, I can't hear you.
Oh my God. Okay, bro. I'm sorry. I know we getting sidetracked as fuck, but it's like
it's hard not to because this is
hard. It's really hard not to. Yeah.
This is a company that's been around. Oh, she got audio now, but this is a company that's been around for 10 years plus, and you operating like this, you can't handle a Twitch stream. We see, Matt and I can attest. We have seen women on Twitch paint their breast who can handle a stream better than this.
Hashtag paint on tits.
But yeah.
All right.
The Hurt Business, like I said, they to me are still heels. They might not do heelish shit, but their mannerisms and what they're doing is it's not baby face like. They're heelishly forcing people to join their organization by force.
Yeah.
What did they say? Cedric joined because he got tired of getting his ass beat. They kind of planted a seed of Ricochet, but I think most of that was a red herring for fucking Ali. But they seem to me like they're still heels. It's just WWE has nobody, so they're using Hurt Business for double duty as they're trying to stone cold the whole faction and just make them medium.
Mm-hmm.
Where they'll do heel shit, but they'll fight for a good cause. And it's like,
but
okay.
Even like, are they fighting for a good cause? Because remember Adam Pearce tried to shake MVP's hand, and he's like, "Thanks for like standing up for the brand." And he's like, "No." He's like, "We're not standing up for no brand." He's like, "You could." Yeah, he's like, "This is business." He's like, "You can have my check ready at the end of the night or something."
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's the heel aspect of it.
Yeah.
But they like I said, WWE has nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of draft are you about to have
I
You barely have a roster. Barely
so
have a
I
roster. Even if
Raw
you include
there was
NXT.
there was nothing really else on Raw in my opinion worth touching on. But if we touch on anything, I really hope like think about the booking here for Mustafa Ali to kind of be the leader of Retribution. Like you could literally take this all the way back to last year's WrestleMania and be like, I was supposed to be the man, but then I got hurt and it's like the company gave up on me and they put Kofi Kingston in instead.
Well, if they're smart, they would.
You know what I mean? Like you could literally build the whole angle off of that. You know, I was supposed to be the guy, but instead I was sitting at home wondering if I still had a job, wondering when I was going to be used.
Yeah. I would, yeah, listen, I would rock with that. I would rock with that. So,
Yeah.
um, but I doubt WWE would even remember their own continuity at this point.
No.
But they might. We might get lucky, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that.
But
I think
we got the draft coming up.
one thing we do need to get rid of from Raw, despite everything else, the show was paint by the numbers. We did it all last week. We doing it again this week. We need to
Same,
be
yeah,
done.
pretty much just the same combination, just the same guys facing off, just different combinations.
We need to be done with this telenovela fucking Rey Mysterio family shit. We need to be done with this. We need to be
Yeah,
done with this. Like nothing good's gonna come of this. Okay. Why it, like no one ever thought Ray versus Eddie for custody of Dominic was a good thing. No one ever thought that was a good thing. So why you now kind of go to that similar well and do some next shit? Yeah, R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, why are we doing this? Why is every week bring your fucking family to work? We have now seen the Mysterio family for a full fucking month. Maybe almost two. At least since fucking SummerSlam. Yeah, SummerSlam. We've seen the fucking Mysterio family. So what was that? Like what, August?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just getting into like the second week of October. So yeah, about a full fucking month. We've gotten to know the Mysterio family.
Mysterio knows best.
Yeah, fucking Mysterio, fucking everybody loves Ray. Everybody loves Ray Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We're literally sitting in a goddamn telenovela, and now we're dropping in the fucking this fucking love angle, fucking Romeo and Juliet bullshit. Like let's be done with this, please. It does Dominic no favors. It's not making Ray look any good,
I
and the rest of it is contrived. Let's just be done.
Alex is saying in the chat, he's saying this could get Ray or Murphy over as a babyface. I totally agree. I think the story here is Rollins and Murphy. You don't need the Mysterios for this. Like you don't need them for this. The story here
No.
is Rollins and Murphy. And like if you're Dominic, at what point do you kind of say, okay, it's time to refocus? Like Rey Mysterio or Seth Rollins has already whooped your ass on multiple occasions.
Yeah,
He already whooped your daddy's ass on
poked his eye
multiple
out.
yeah, he poked his eye out. At what point do you be like, okay, it's time to refocus and move on to something else? Because it's like, and furthermore, even for Seth Rollins, it's like you don't need to fuck with Dominic anymore. You already proved yourself. You already beat him. If anything, Seth Rollins should be like, hey, when is when Randy's done, you know, I better be in that conversation
Yeah,
for a
I
WWE
got
Championship match.
I got next. That's how you supposed to be. I got next. After
Yeah.
Randy's done, if he don't win, whoever walk out with this, I got next.
All right, Alex. I'm gonna get into that because really quick, it's draft week here in WWE, and I would like to just very quick. What are some draft picks you would either like to see happen or you think will happen?
Okay, but while we on the subject of this money in the bank, while he's thinking of that in the chat, everybody's thinking about it in the chat. Um, why are we doing this? Like, okay, so it looks like they're trying to take this thing from Otis for whatever
I,
the fucking reason.
from what I'm hearing is they're already setting plans in motion to take it off him.
And we'll give it to Miz or Morrison.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so who do you give it to though?
Well, see, this is why I kind of brought up the draft. I think in the draft, I think they should send John Morrison to Raw. I think you know what? We don't need to see Miz and Morrison as a tag team anymore. It's been done.
We don't. They should have never
I,
been in the first place.
I think they should just send Morrison to Raw. Give him kind of like give him a little fresh start, kind of reset, and really push Morrison as a top babyface, like he should have kind of been on SmackDown. Let Miz take the briefcase. Let Miz take the briefcase because honestly, that's some heelish shit. Let Miz take the briefcase. Morrison goes to Raw, and then Morrison down the road. Because Morrison, I think that's kind of like I would almost go as far as to say like that's like WrestleMania level. Like
Okay, but
you could almost go that route with Morrison where he can kind of win the Royal Rumble and he could have his big world title win at Mania. Let Miz take the briefcase.
if Miz gets it, does Miz cash in and win?
Yes.
So we talking he getting a universal run. Honestly and truthfully, I am one of those few people that I've been a fan of the Miz. I've always been a fan of the Miz because I respect the gangster. Because he was playing that gimmick way before he was ever in WWE. Did Jordan Grace just win the X Division Championship?
Yeah, she won the X Division Championship.
Well, good for her. And
Yeah.
she just got married too. Good on her. And
Um,
Grisham.
like I said, all right, but here, how about this? Miz wins the briefcase, and this is some real long term booking. This is some real long term booking. Miz wins the briefcase from Otis, cashes in on Drew, jumps over to the Raw side, and then at WrestleMania, you finally do that kind of blow off with Miz and Morrison, and Morrison wins the title off of Miz.
Oh, that's
Like,
booty what they just did. Sorry.
yeah. Like how fitting would that be? Not only for Morrison to kind of come full circle and win the world title at Mania, but to kind of beat his former tag team partner.
True.
And once and for all, Morrison kind of establishes himself as the guy. Like I said, you know
He's
what?
not the Genetti. He ain't the Genetti.
Yeah, because right now he is. Sorry, but right now he is.
Well, Miz said it that night. I don't know if you ever seen it when he beat Randy Orton when he cashed in. He was walking backstage and he looked at Morrison and he was like, "I'm not the Genetti.
Yeah.
I'm not the Genetti." So yeah, you're right. John Morrison, right now, you are the Genetti. Miz has a WrestleMania main event and a world title reign under his belt.
Mm-hmm. And I like Drew McIntyre. But I think Raw needs a little. I think Raw needs a little shake up.
I would not mind another Miz title reign.
You know what, Miz?
I've been a fan of the Miz. Like I said, back when he was on the Real World and he was running around as the Miz. So that's why I'm like, listen, Miz is the first wrestler that I've ever seen who has lived the gimmick before he can even get credit for it. Like I said, he was the Miz before the Miz was popular. There was no Maurice in his future back in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Like I said,
big ups to him. So if he wins, listen, I don't care if he gets the Universal. Probably not going to happen because it's Roman's time right now. So yeah,
yeah.
gotta go to Raw. So yeah, McIntyre. See you later, pal. Give it to the Miz. Let him run around with the WWE title upside down for a hot minute.
And then, like I said, I'm not saying do it right now. Do it closer to Royal Rumble time.
No, I would say give it. If you want to do it, I would say now would be the best time during the draft period.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's
and
fair.
in that way, give the Miz more legitimacy for the run. Have him beat some notable names. So by the time we get to him button heads with John Morrison, it's going to mean more because you went down that road.
Yeah.
Like we'll get to that point where early on, Miz and Morrison will have that match, but Miz will play dirty and kind of screw him out of it. And then it's kind of like, hey, back to the line with you. And then he'll find himself in those type of matches where it's like number one contender, triple threat, fatal four-way, five-way, whatever you want, elimination chamber. And Miz is going to find a way to continuously screw John Morrison out of his opportunity. Like Miz will still have to defend his title, but he's gonna make sure to go out of his way to make sure it's anybody but Morrison.
Yeah.
And that's the story. Like, yeah, Miz will be a fighting champion. He'll be a heel. Most of his wins will probably be dirty or some cheap shit. But that's how a heel's supposed to operate anyway. So we cool.
Because that's the whole underlying story here is
he gets away with it.
Miz wants to be the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And he knows as long as he doesn't have to face John Morrison, he knows that there's no chance that he's ever going to become the Jannetty. And that's the underlying story. He doesn't want to fight Morrison because he wants to remain as the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be considered like kind of be a competition of who's a better champion.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, as long as you never become champion, you will always be the Jannetty. Well, where I sit here with all these accolades and now a two-time WWE title reign, I am the Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the must-see WWE champion. So yeah, if they book it that way, then you got gold. You can rock, like I said, you can rock this all the way to WrestleMania. Like I said, the other cats you'll put in play against the Miz for storyline purposes, and then whatever angles John Morrison, whatever hoops he got to jump through to get to fucking Miz, at least leading them up to the Royal Rumble, at least.
And like I said, McIntyre beats Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. He comes out the next night on Raw. He kicks off the show. He's talking about how once again he's victorious. And then whatever Retribution attacks, let's say, they lay him out. And then Miz kind of comes in with the cash in. Give Raw that kind of shake up. Because right now with Raw, like we're just getting the same. It's like the same stuff every week. It's just different combination of guys, but it's always the same 4 or 5 guys.
All right. Well, since we move, let's. I know we were trying to like we're gonna move on now. We kind of talked about Raw and the main roster. We're gonna move on to NXT real quick. Takeover 31 was this past Sunday. It's a decent show. I think nothing groundbreaking. I think Gargano and Priest was good. EO and Candice LeRae was good. Like I said, it was a solid NXT show. They didn't really do. I think the best part for me was if they was to do an actual Raw Underground, it should have looked like that with the cages, and you got a little bit of crowd, and you have the fucking like Thunderdome effect with the people on the screen. That looked a whole lot better. Why don't they just go with that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole lot better. I mean, maybe lose the gate, but if you want to add the gates, fine. I'm cool with that. Gives it a little more edgier appeal. I'm not against it.
I think either lose the gate or lose the plexiglass. I don't think you need to have both.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. But anyway, Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly, fucking brutal match. It's good. Uh, they like any NXT show. They do 5 matches. They give it time. The Kushida Velveteen Dream match was good. Like it was a solid show. I can't really sit here and say like it was like really crazy. I don't think really it was just good. I mean,
It
I don't know
was.
how you felt about it, but
You know what? It was an okay show, but I feel like it was kind of missing something. Um, I kind of like. Okay, I liked the Balor and O'Reilly match. I ended up liking that match a lot.
yeah, it was good. It was a damn good match.
But kind of going into that takeover, I was kind of thinking like Balor and O'Reilly. This is a world title. This is a world title match that you have when you have something else main eventing the show. Like this is like if you're doing the War Games, you have Balor and O'Reilly for the world title because it doesn't matter. You still have the War Games, and that's what kind of selling the show. But it was like we didn't have that. Like I must admit, I wasn't super hyped going into it.
Like, I mean, the Santos Escobar Swerve match was like it was okay. Like it wasn't like they didn't do anything bad, but it just like for me at least, like I sat there and watched it, and I'm like, it's good. It's good.
And like the thing honestly with the cruiserweight title, I want to see more like multi-man matches. Like that's what makes the cruiserweights fun. Is like I want to see some scrambles. I want to see some six-way matches.
Yeah.
I want to see some gauntlet matches or some open invitationals. Like that's what I want to see out of the cruiserweight division.
Well, yeah, they gotta, like I said, they gotta get them off that fucking 205. That's what needs to
Yeah,
happen. They need to either bring the 205 guys this like legit, like you have to schedule it where it's like, okay, during your NXT taping shows, at least two cruiserweights, like at least 2 cruiserweight matches have to happen, whether it be singles, tags, triples, 4 ways, whatever.
yeah,
You have 2 matches. You can have one-on-one match, and then the next one could be a cruiserweight tag team match, or a three or a fucking 3-way dance, whatever. But have some representation of some cruiserweights to have it function in that, hey, if the cruiserweight champion is exclusive to NXT, and I say it's exclusive because you branded it on the belts. It used to be WWE's brand on it. Now it's strictly NXT. So that's exclusive to that brand. There's no 205 edged in it. It's barely purple anymore. So you need to bring them, just get rid of 205 and
yeah.
fucking bring them into NXT. And like I said, fold them in. So like I said, for every takeover, there better be a cruiserweight match. For every
Go
NXT show, there should be a cruiserweight match.
Gojira says he did not like the end of Takeover with Ridge Holland kind of jumping Adam Cole. Uh,
That's just to build him up. Got to give
yeah.
him, got to give him heat because
If if
clearly they got plans for him.
if I'm being honest, by that point I was already kind of burnt out. So it was kind of like, yeah, like I don't think we really needed it, but I get it. Like I said, it was a middle of the road takeover for me. Like I didn't think it was great. Like you keep you keep giving Johnny Gargano title matches only to
Yeah,
have him lose time and time again.
he's Jabba to the stars now. He's just
And
like,
then you tease like you know, Candice and Johnny they're gonna win gold on the same night, and then both of them lose. But the Candice and Io match was good. It
it
was good
was.
at least.
It was definitely good. Like I said, there wasn't a bad match in the bunch. Like the Kushida Velveteen Dream, I would say probably for me was like the hardest looking match of the night because like
Yeah.
Kushida was just a fucking monster.
Mhm.
So it was like, yeah, like if anything, like fuck him going for cruiserweight, push that man to fucking either he better be going for mid card or the main event title. Fuck that noise. But anyway, like it was still a good show. Like I said, I enjoyed watching it. I just don't think it was like the best that NXT has produced.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna go down in probably one of those NXTs where it's like, yeah, there was good matches, but you know what I mean, it ain't like Takeover Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, it's no Nakamura versus fucking Sami Zayn. You know what I mean? One of those type of shits. It ain't a 5-star with Andrade and Johnny Gargano type
Yeah.
levels. Like, yeah, no. But it was good. Like I said, it was good. But let's move on, man. So tonight we're gonna do something different. We're gonna have a little fun. And everybody in the chat, you guys can definitely join along. This is all interactive. So don't be afraid to speak your piece. So I was watching something earlier, and I'll give the credit where the credit is due. Well, first off, no, we'll get to that one later. I had a conversation. I was thinking something, and had me thinking. Like wrestlers have been from companies all over, back and forth in the heyday, and even today. And I was like, which wrestlers and what companies had it a better career? And today, I had thought of the ones with the glasses, Bubba Ray and Devon, straight out of Dudleyville, the Dudley Boys. Now they've had a career in ECW, they had a career in WWE, and of course they had a career in TNA. Now I would cut. Well, actually, let's keep ECW in this argument. Where did the Dudleys have the best career, and what company? Would it
TNA.
be ECW, TNA, or WWE?
TNA.
Okay, why?
All right. Well, first of all, TNA. Despite these guys being a tag team, TNA made these guys main eventers. Like when Team 3D came in, that that really elevated the entire tag team division to main event status.
It definitely gave them a big name.
I mean, they put them in high profile matches. They made them feel truly important. Not to mention that they made both men singles champions, which WWE never did.
I would definitely agree with you on that. Outside of Bubba winning like a hardcore title, they never won any singles major
Yeah,
titles
you know, like
outside of
they
tag team gold in
yeah,
WWE.
like they made Bully Ray a main eventer on his own. They made him a world champion. They made Devon he was the TV champion.
He was multiple time TV champions.
Yeah, and
And Bubba Ray was a multiple time TNA world champion.
you know, Aces and Eights, which was like this important faction. Like this was like the top heel faction for like at least a good year or two. You know, the Dudley boys were kind of front and center of that. They were not just the tag team of the group, or they were not just background, or they were not just henchmen. They were literally the front of that group. Like that group was literally built around them.
Uh, You know what? I was gonna give my answer and basically say the same thing you said because I agree with you on that. Like I would say a close second would probably be a tie between ECW and WWE because they kind of mirrored like the success they had as a tag team in WWE. I mean in ECW just basically trickled over once they got to WWE because it only took them not that long to beat the Outlaws and win their first tag team titles.
See, the thing with WWE, I think, is they plateaued.
They
Yeah,
did.
yes, they won lots of tag team titles. They won lots of tag team titles in WWE, but that's as far as they were ever gonna go. Where, like I said, TNA made them main eventers. They made them singles champions, and it, and at one point it was TNA that had the working relationship with New Japan. So like TNA put those guys in New Japan Pro Wrestling
Yeah, they
so
won the
they could win their.
IW. They won the
Yeah,
IWGP.
yeah, they beat Tom Cole and Giant Bernard.
So yeah, I would also say okay, definitely it's TNA. It's definitely hands down. That's probably the best thing. One of the best things TNA. We can have a discussion on that at another show. One of the best
Yeah,
things TNA ever did, outside of maybe Broken Matt Hardy, was fucking Brother Ray, Brother Devon, and Bully Ray. Like Bully Ray, my God, was probably in the best fucking shape of his life.
yep.
That man, for from where he came from, looked like a monster. And bro, I can see how you could pull a Velvet Sky after that. So, take her away from Saban. I can see how you do shit like that. Look at like fucking Bully fucking went at it. 100, he went plus ultra. Okay, because that I
Well,
tell me a time when he ever looked that good.
he never.
Never.
But he looked good, and TNA presented him as a
Yeah,
star.
yeah.
Not
As a
not to,
monster.
not to mention that the only tag team currently to be inducted in the TNA Hall of Fame. So think about it. Like they literally went. TNA literally brought them full circle. They went in as a tag team, team 3D, multiple tag team titles. They had an Ultimate X match. They did all this crazy shit in the tag team division. Went to Japan. They had the first and only electrified steel cage match.
Also, fun fact for you folks at home: Team 3D was the last team to hold the NWA tag team titles when they left NWA and went straight to TNA. So they
Yep.
were the last. They were the last tag team to hold that recognized NWA tag team titles after becoming official TNA tag team champions.
And then, like I said, they split. They went on to do single stuff. They went on to do different stuff. I mean, Bully Ray's star shined a little brighter than Devon's.
Yeah, Devon's TV title reigns were very sus.
Yeah, but I
Very.
think it's because I think it was because Devon was pretty much ready to retire at that time,
Yeah, and TNA
and
was
they
just
did their thing,
TNA.
and then they left. And perfect example, they left. They went back to WWE. WWE literally did nothing with them. They literally came back pre TNA, or I guess it should be post TNA. They came back. WWE didn't do anything. They didn't capitalize on them. They didn't even get the tag team titles when they should have fucking beat New Day. They didn't.
Yeah.
And then it all comes first circle, full circle. I can't speak. And they go back to TNA as a
Rev-
team to join the Hall of Fame.
Reverend Devon and Deacon Batista. Deacon Batista. Bro, seriously, like, how, like, see, this is how you know, like, Vince is not with it. How do you bring, probably, you could have had probably one of the best heels at that time in your company, and he could have rocked for at least a good 2 or 3 years. And,
Yeah.
and like I said, you got him back when he was at his best. Like he was in good shape. Like the gimmick worked. You could have you sure you should you didn't have to call him Bully Ray. He could have been Bubba Ray, but just let him do the Bully Ray thing. Let him wear the shorts in the fucking his fucking vest and shit and all that. Let him rock his thing and let him you know who I am. Let him do all that. You'd have had like you'd have had a nice top heel and potential baby face for a good 3, maybe 2 or 3 years out of him, and you squandered it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't disagree. Like definitely, Dudley's Team 3D had a better career in TNA, and this is the same place you couldn't even get audio about a half hour ago.
I mean, it's a very different place now.
Ooh, is it not? Is it very different place? Now we got Jimmy Jacobs over here. How he fell from grace. Take one photo and, and now you're on Impact.
Jimmy Jacobs is the most doesn't give a fuck guy I've ever met.
All right. Well, we've already kind of had that discussion, and since we're on tag teams, I had another thing. I watched something, and they were talking about the best tag team finishers, which got me thinking, what do I consider the best tag team finishers? So I asked Matt that same question, and he came up with some. So I say one at a time. Now it doesn't have to be whatever numerical order you want it to be. If it does, me personally, it doesn't matter. They're on this list because I feel they're the best in whatever order you want to put them. So
All
how
right.
about one at a time? We'll just name a tag team. So you go first.
Oh, are we talking like a tag team finisher?
Just the finisher, like best finisher.
Eliminator.
Total elimination.
Okay, there you go. Total elimination.
That was on my list.
Yeah.
Total elimination was like it is such a nothing move, but they did it so well it looked like it killed a man.
Yeah, it literally looked impactful, and if you think about if you think about someone tripping you, like if you've ever been tripped or you've ever tripped, it's a very like disorienting feeling, right?
Yeah, you're falling back
Yeah,
all of a sudden.
think about that. Like not only are you watching this guy is about to do a jump kick and kick you in the face, but then before you even know what's happening, like you're getting your legs sweep from behind.
Yeah,
It was simple, but the
but
way
they
they did
did
it,
it.
it looked impactful, and it hits all the marks of like a good finisher. It looks good. It looks devastating. You can hit it on anybody, and you could hit it out of nowhere.
Basically. And like I said, like other people have done it and it's looked okay, but just the way the Eliminators, fucking Saturn and Cronus and the dudes they did it on would sell it. It like I said, it looked like they murdered somebody. It's probably like it's an impactful move, but it's nothing. It shouldn't be a killer, but the way they did it, fucking fucking you get fucking Joey Styles overselling it, and then total elimination. And it's,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that was on my list. Okay, so what else did you have?
Um, I also had the killing spree
What's the
from
killing spree?
OI4K.
Okay, see, I don't know that.
All
What
right,
do they
so
do?
it was like basically it's kind of like a Meltzer driver,
Okay,
you know. So like Dave Christ would kind of set the guy up for like a tombstone,
okay,
and Jake Christ would come off the top rope, but instead of just kind of coming down and where they kind of push him into the tombstone,
uh-huh.
he would just kind of land a drop kick. So it would be like a missile drop kick onto the side of your head, and then you get hit with a tombstone to finish it off.
Okay, okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, what we got? Gojira said BOD double choke slam, Doomsday Device, and the Steiner Bulldog. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so a move I got, and you probably didn't remember this one. It's an old one. It is the I forget what it's called, but it's a superplex dive. Was originally done by Power and Glory, which is Hercules and Paul Roma. Which was Hercules would go on Brett's rope, do a superplex, and at the same time as he's coming down, Paul Roma does a splash. Shit was
Okay.
fire, son. Shit was fire. Look it up.
So
Look it up. Look up Power and Glory's finisher, and you see him do that shit. He does a fucking suplex, and like I said, the way they time it, because like I said, when as soon as like Hercules brings him over for that suplex, like Roma's already leaving his feet, and as soon as he crashes, like boom. So yeah.
I actually I had that too, but I had it from two different guys.
Oh yeah, who did that?
Uh, so I had it the Unbreakable fucking Machines when
Okay.
Brian Cage would kind of come off the turnbuckle with the suplex, and Michael Elgin would kind of hit the splash.
Yeah, they got that Power and Glory's move. They were
Yeah.
like the first tag team to do that shit.
So I had that, but just from different guys.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh Here's one I think anybody should already have, and that is we just talked about the Dudleys, the fucking 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now, like the Dudley Death Drop. How could you not? I
Yeah.
mean, anytime I ever played like WWE 2K games, and I would make my own wrestler if for like for finishers and specials and tag team, I would always add in a Dudley Death Drop
Yeah.
because it's like, why not? Who doesn't like a pop up cutter? So yeah, definitely the Dudley Death Drop is on as like one of my favorites. I would definitely say Doomsday Device would be that one for me too, Gojira, because that was just a brutal move to take. But hey, I do you one better than the Steiner Bulldog. What about the Steiner DDT? Fucking okay. You ever seen the Steiner DDT, Matt?
I might have.
Okay, so it's like the Steiner Bulldog, but reverse. Instead of Scott putting them on his shoulders and Rick hitting the Bulldog, fucking Rick puts him in his shoulders and fucking Scott gets on like the second rope and fucking hits a DDT on his ass. So it's like, yeah, so like a on the shoulder DDT. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty brutal. They didn't do it that often because it was just that kind of brutal. So,
Okay.
but I would definitely, yeah, like the Bulldog was good, but the fucking Steiner DDT it was nothing to fuck with either.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
you
a
got
good one.
you got any other finishers? Any tag team finishers?
Yeah.
What you got?
So this is where I was kind of like, I'm not sure if this technically counts as a finisher,
Okay.
as a tag team finisher, but I kind of said the Usos top rope splash, uh, with the
Which one?
caveat
The double?
either or, because they could hit it as a tandem where they could both be on the same turnbuckle and they could jump together, so you have them both coming down at the same time, or they could be at opposite ends at the turnbuckle and they could jump so you get hit on your legs and on your chest.
I would call it a tandem tag team move because if it's something that you have to kind of sync up together to get it done right, then that would consider I would still consider that a double tag team move, like a finisher.
Yeah.
Like if
Or
you if you if you know you both going off the top rope to hit one dude, that's a finisher.
yeah. So again, like one of those moves where there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different ways they could utilize it. There's a lot of different places they could hit it from, or you could hit it at different times, so you could have like a delayed reaction where Jay will hit you first, and then Jimmy will hit you, or they'll hit you at the same time. Just a lot of different ways you could kind of maneuver it.
What's another good finisher that has been kind of making a comeback, and that's the classic brain buster, not the traditional one you're thinking like the suplex brain buster. I'm talking the Tully Arn pile spike fucking pile driver fucking brain buster.
Yeah.
Like that's a finisher right there. That's a finisher.
Yeah.
Let me see. Eka like snap powerbomb. Bradshaw would do the powerbomb, and Farouk would spine the guy landing. No, I'm okay with that. I mean, you could even throw in the combo ones. Like, I would give you the Hardys combo with Twist of Fate Swanton. That's a finisher.
Well, my last one, I was gonna go with more bang for your buck.
Which one?
So like one young buck will kind of hit the running fireman's carry slam, and then the other one comes off with a swanton or a 450, and then they'll kind of the first one will kind of hit you with like a springboard moonsault.
But is that a finisher? Like, does that end the match, or is that just
Um,
sequences?
they kind of did use it as a finisher before they started using the Meltzer driver,
Okay.
but not as much now. They don't use it as much now.
That was another good finisher. Fucking the demolition shit they used to do where you go off the second rope and hit him with the elbow. The
Yeah, that
devastation,
was a good one.
this devastation decapitation, and they hit him with the fucking smash and hit him with the elbows. That was a good move too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like I said, that's why I miss. That's why I like. That's why I always like tag team wrestling. Like tag teams don't have like tandem finishers anymore. They just do mostly sequences.
Yeah.
Like you look at the Street Profits, fucking Dawkins will do the fucking spine buster, and then Ford will hit him with the frog splash. Like that's a sequence. Like they don't have their own finisher. Like RTF had a finisher. The Good Night Express is what they're calling it now, as they used to call it, the Shatter Machine. Like that's a tag team finisher. That's a tandem move. Speaking of, like, I was thinking, notice another good one, the Heart Attack.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Heart Attack was a good move. Brett and fucking Anvil, man. Me and my friends used to do that shit. Fucking because it was fucking easy to do. Just got
Reckless.
one dude's got a hold, and the other fucking just hit that clothesline, kid.
Reckless.
Bro, we were reckless, so we used to go hard in the park, man. We used to go hard. Like I said, man, I remember one time, son, I was just banging out diamond cutters like fucking candy. I was hitting them out of nowhere way before Randy Orton, son. Seriously, dude, I hit my man with a diamond cutter. The other one started laughing because I hit him with the diamond cutter out of nowhere. So he's like, ha, 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 ha. He got hit with the diamond cutter, then I banged his ass out too for laughing. Hit him out of nowhere. He got banged. So it's like, fuck that shit. I was fucking stone cold stunning females. Bro, he's reckless. And like I said, your boy being the aficionado and not afraid to take a bump, I was banging him out. So when I hit her with the stunner, she had to go down with me. And she hit the knees. She got stunned. I banged her out and hit her with the fingers afterwards. Too. I was like, ah! I was like, bro, I hit my eye. Man, I dropped so many people in the rock bottom. It wasn't even funny, bro.
Reckless.
I was reckless, son. I don't care. Listen, they know what they signed up for. When that bell went ding ding, son, it was on. So you might catch a diamond cutter. Proper diamond cutter, kid. You embrace the head, hold that neck, and fucking bring them down, kid. Don't be pussy with your diamond cutters. Don't be one of those suckers that do the one arm and just try to hold it like a baby. No, man. Grab they fucking shit and take them down. Diamond cut their ass.
Crank it, man. You gotta crank it.
Make them feel the bang, like DDP says, son, all day. Feel it. Fucking take that DDPY, son. Feel it bang.
Oh, you know what was another good finisher? I didn't include it because I was kind of too recent, but I liked when Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler would kind of do the combination of the Claymore and the zigzag.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of
it's
like
decent
that.
finisher. Like I would even call that a actual finisher because it's like a sequence of, but it's happening simultaneously. Like okay, like the buckshot V trigger that Omega and Hangman were doing. They took their separate finishers and combined it into one. So you do it at the same time, then you might as well call that a finisher. If it ends the match, that's a finisher.
Yeah, because like it's not just like okay, one guy does a move and then you hit him with a move. The impact comes at the same time. Like that's what makes it a
Yeah,
tandem finisher, is the impact is happening at the same time.
yeah. So like I said, if it's a sequence or something, like I said, even if you got to hold, if you hold it a motherfucker and they do the sequence, if that's the finisher, then that's the finisher.
Hmm.
It's a tandem. It's a tandem offense. And like I said, Devon don't do nothing. He just lifts a motherfucker up, but it's part of the sequence.
But it looks like he does something.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
the
he's
key
doing
here.
something.
Yeah, it looks like he does something.
He doesn't really do much, but it looks like I said, total elimination is not really that effective of a move, but in the right hands and done in a way, it looks like the most dangerous thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we've seen other people imitate, and it doesn't translate the same. Like even like O'Reilly and Fish, they do a total elimination, but it ain't the same. It's nothing compared to the Eliminators.
You know what? That yeah, chasing the dragon is another good one that I had kind of forgotten.
Like it ain't nothing but a total. It's nothing but a total elimination. But is it as good as the Eliminators did it? No.
Well, like when Fish would kind of get him up for the brainbuster, and then O'Reilly kind of kicks him in the back of the head on the way down.
Like that's a good finisher. I like
That
that
was a
one.
good one. I forgot about it, but that was a good one.
So like I said, it just got me thinking today because I'm like, man, tag. This is what's so missed with tag team wrestling. It's like you need. That's what makes a tag team official. Like you have a signature move that's outside of your own individuality. Like you can't do it without the other. There is no doomsday device if Animal ain't putting a motherfucker on his shoulder. There is no Dudley
And
death drop
and
if Devon ain't there to get him up there.
if Hawk's not up there to jump off that top rope, all Animal's doing is giving them a piggyback.
Basically. Speaking of which, like I heard, like they were saying, like people were so adamant about like not wanting to take the doomsday device that Hawk was saying one time that if you saw a match where we didn't end it with a doomsday, that meant that those dudes were too pussy to take it. they didn't want to get they were afraid to get lumped on their head.
Did you ever hear the story of Mr. McMahon taking it in a strip club?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I can see that shit too. He fucking loved having fucking two big men just wrestling over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, put me on your shoulder. I want
Every,
to
every, everybody else wants to look at the naked ladies, but he's just like, yeah, animal, come over here and get me with that mass.
Hit me with a clothesline. Take off your shirt while you do it. I want to feel the plant.
I want to feel those triceps. Damn it!
I want to sit on Hawk's broad shoulders. I want to sit on Animal's broad shoulders. I feel that mass. Like seriously, bro. Fucking Vince McMahon, son. He is the fucking greatest fucking enigma that has ever lived on this God's
Yes, he
green earth.
is.
And he has picked the perfect profession to operate because he himself is a fucking carny.
Mm.
A weird fucking carny man who likes ripped dudes. Totally heterosexual, at least as far as we know. but he gets a rock hard for an oily, muscly man with good striations.
I'm just kind of watching Impact,
Yeah, me too.
and it's you got Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie. I don't need to get in how I feel about Rosemary again. Do you think Taya is gonna go to WWE, be with her husband,
Maybe.
or do you I think she will at some point.
I think she will too, just because it's WWE money, and I think, like I said, a lot of wrestlers.
John Morrison.
Okay, real quick, we didn't talk on this, and while we still got a little bit of time, this whole Twitter situation and WWE now trying to cut it on their income. This is going to cause a union because now he's touching outside forces that aren't even his own. He's trying to dip into someone else's pocket. And cats ain't gonna be having that, bro. Like he's asking for these wrestlers to band together and start some kind of union. Because I mean, you can't keep calling them independent contractors and they do something independent of you, and now you're gonna sit there and say, I want to. You told them to change their names and don't associate nothing WWE. They did that. Now you're saying you now want a piece of their revenue off of something you don't own? Come on. Then I'm not an independent contractor. Then if you're then gonna stipend my outside revenue from you, then I'm not an independent contractor anymore. I'm an employee because you're costing me money elsewhere. And I lived up to the obligations of I am not endorsing or speaking of or using anything WWE related. I'm using names outside of your ownership. You can't sit here and copyright my face.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna sit there and like, bro, he's asking for these guys to fucking get together and unionize, man. You act like Vince. You act like they don't talk to other wrestlers who don't work for you. You act like they don't pick up phones and call each other. I'm like, my God, like, come on now.
Yeah. Real quick, just while I'm kind of thinking about it, I like Marissa Santos. Like she's out here, she's talking, doing her thing. Where's Brian Cage? I want Brian Cage to do the titty dance in the background.
Word, more Brian Cage on Twitch.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like a weird thing where it's like it's kind of like that parent that like encourages their kid to do something like become a YouTuber, whatever, because they think they'll never accomplish anything with it. But then all of a sudden your kid goes viral and now he makes more money than you, and you're like, oh shit, like now you want a little piece of it. Like that's what it is. Like Vince McMahon doesn't care about Twitch because he thinks it's just it's just some video game thing. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
he
then,
sees it over there making that. They making those donos, getting that guap
yeah,
on a daily.
but he sees now like they're making like bank, and it's like he wants a piece of it, you know?
Yeah, like right now, like ain't nobody from WWE on Twitch right now, as far as I can see. But on a given day, you'll see at least like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers be on here streaming.
Yeah.
Drake Maverick, Drew Gulak, Mia Yim, fucking Cesaro, fucking fucking Xavier Woods, fucking Adam Cole, the whole roster, bro.
Hmm.
Fucking Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, every last one of these motherfuckers on here on Twitch. Zelina Vega, everybody's on Twitch streaming. And if they ain't streaming, they got a YouTube channel. Oscar, fucking up, down, there, everybody.
Hmm.
And now you're gonna sit there and try to cut in on revenue. You don't own it.
Yeah.
You don't even own Twitch. And you gonna tell them they gotta give you revenue for their content? Like, get the fuck out of here, Vince. What are you doing? Like, motherfucker, none of this is in the ring. Like I said, you made your little stipulation. Motherfuckers abided by the stipulation, and now you like now I'm changing new rules. Nah, get the fuck out of here, Vince.
Yeah.
You're playing dirty pool right now. You about to put yourself in a position where you're gonna find yourself with no wrestlers, or at least your best, or you might not lose all your men, but you might lose a lot of men. And like I said, you need to realize you are no longer the only game in town anymore. Despite how shit Impact is, it still is. Okay? Remember that. Despite how shit Impact is, it still is. I mean, I am watching a match with fucking the Dieters, Crazy Steve, and Johnny fucking Swinger right now.
Did you know Crazy Steve is legally blind?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
But seriously, if this ain't the fucking Federation of Misfit Wrestlers, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it
But
is.
anyway, but again, it just proves, Vince, you're not the only game in town. I haven't even mentioned fucking AEW or ROH or New
Hmm.
Japan. I just said Impact. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you over here playing this. I'm gonna lock down Twitter's, bro. Like you are not doing yourself no favors, my guy. Like you need to get off this horse of trying to control these dudes and then call them an independent contractor, bro. It's gonna come back and bite you in your ass, Vince. Well, like I said, you act like these dudes don't talk to each other. They not. This ain't no anime. They not trying to be exclusive to schools.
Hmm.
The fuck out of here, bro. They talking to each other. Why you think you fired Jimmy Jacobs, you stupid fucks? Because he
Yeah.
took a picture with someone who doesn't work for you. Because he was chilling with his friends. He was on your dime, and he stopped a minute to just have a photo with some friends, and y'all fired him for that. And guess what? Jimmy Jacobs still got a job. He works for Impact. So yeah, he might not be making WWE money, but he still is making money to feed himself. Because you're not the only show in town anymore. And if you keep trying to be the fucking big bully because you think that people don't have other places to go or everybody wants the main event of WrestleMania, like
Yeah.
newsflash, they're gonna be ready right now. You're gonna be WrestleMania main event in front of blue screens of people on plasmas.
All right. Gojira says, question: was Miro's debut a disaster, or can they work with it and Miro continue strong? I guess we can kind of end with that.
I don't think Miro's debut was weak at all.
Well, like his in-ring debut. Uh,
He had a little bit of hiccup, but I think it did what it needed to do, and,
well,
and it got him over.
I think it's more or less referring to the fact that everybody was involved in that match got injured.
That's the AEW right now. That's the thing we was talking about before, where it's like they're so intent on just pushing it to so like we're gonna give you the best wrestling, the best performers, and we're just gonna go balls out. That it's like they don't know, like, okay, you could go balls out and not hurt yourself, but
Yeah,
because you're not really planning things through and kind of just playing it, y'all playing it on the fly, that y'all do shit and then it doesn't turn out the way you want and people get hurt a little bit. So it's like if you would just you can keep doing all that, but polish it out. Like maybe plan it ahead. Like even WWE plans shit they're gonna do for the show tonight. And
yeah,
clearly you guys look like you don't do that. Like y'all don't get together and talk to each other and maybe kind of work out your spots so that way you can do them in a way so you don't get hurt and they don't get hurt. Like don't tell me you're gonna dive through the rope and take me outside and I'm not ready for that shit because you want to
yeah,
do it now on the fucking fly. No. Tell me ahead of advance, like, hey, where's the spot? Where we gonna be? Let me know so I know to be ready for the fucking bump. Don't have me bumping blind. Like, no. So that's where they're faltering. Is like you can clearly tell they're not going over shit. They're calling it and they either calling it in the match or calling it last minute, but not really thinking shit through because some of the shit they do and people get hurt because it's like y'all didn't even think that through. Y'all played that shit on the fly. So we'll see what happens. Oh,
yeah.
Kenny Ray just went
Kimber
off on her. Oh, Kimberly.
Kimberly is so good, man. I don't know why she's just being Deanna Perrazzo's lackey. But alright, here we go. We're gonna end it with this. I got another good finisher. Uh, I think it was done by the tag team Death by Elbow, but I think the finisher was also called Death by Elbow, and it was like, you know how Chris Hero would kind of hook the guy. Um, so you would have them like that, kind of like the opposite of like a diamond cutter. So their face is like facing upwards,
Uh-huh.
and then he would kind of let go and swing around and hit them with the elbow in the back of the head.
Uh-huh.
So he would kind of do that, and at the same time, he was hitting you in the back of the head with the elbow. JT Dunn would kind of come in and just kind of give you a rolling elbow to the face. It's just like you were taking an elbow to the back of the head and the face at the same time.
That's pretty brutal right there.
I
That's a
always thought that. Yeah, I always thought that was a good one. That tag team didn't last long, but
did put it like this. Did they win when they hit it?
oh, 100%.
Okay, well, then that's a finisher. That's a finisher. If you can hit it, if it hits and it quits, then that means you got yourself a finisher, sir.
There you go.
But with that being said, yeah, we're gonna wrap that up, man. You guys in the chat, y'all always awesome, man. Thank you for coming. You
Yeah,
cats
thanks.
rock. Make sure you
I love you all.
smash those likes as always, and hey, hit those subscribes. You know the drill, man. Ring the bell. Don't make me have to put my glasses on for you. Ring that bell because I can't see, and we need to get those views so I can pay for some good glasses
You look
so
like
I can
Clark Kent.
see. I work for the Daily Planet.
Is this Mr. Smith or is it Henry Cavill? I can't tell the difference.
Uh, I don't know. My lips are better.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Join us on Facebook. Clickbait Wrestling. Come on, you know the stuff. Join the Discord. Thank you, Gojira. Again, join us here. We'll be here next week talking about some more professional wrestling or sports entertainment, if you're all about that life. But yeah, from Attitude 22, this be your boy Smith. Remember to always kick out.